Pokémon, I am invincible when I dig out the Eudemons fossils at the beginning. Author, Ultraman Zeta. Chapter 201 How popular is bath water? Well, if there is nothing else, we will leave first. Let me refuse. Yesi, is Champion Yesi planning to keep me, treat me well? Sorry, I appreciate your kindness. But tomorrow I have to compete in the Indigo Plateau Conference, so I have to leave. Taking a deep breath, Yibei shook his head. Nani? This script is wrong. Even if I want to break my head, I still can't figure it out. What is happening? Farewell Yesi. Yibei returns to Kanto. During this period, due to being very happy with Yibei, Kishu and Nemo decided to watch Yibei's Indigo Plateau Conference. They planned to leave together. Thought about it, Yibei invited Chishu and Nemo to enter the underground world together. Entering the underground world for the first time, the two women were very surprised, but none of them had the idea of spreading the news of the underground world. That afternoon, Yibei only remembered it during Ash's greeting. After collecting all 8 badges, the badge and Pokédex also need to be presented to the organizer in order to be recognized. It is dangerous to sign up before the deadline. There are a total of 64 contestants in this quartz contest. It just so happens that no one has a bye. 64 into 32 in the first round. Yibei's rival is an Ultraman. It is said that it is the top 4 of the Unova Huaiheng Conference, and its strength should not be underestimated. There are many supporters. Yibei roughly searched for rivals' battle information in the Alliance database, mainly looking at rivals' lineup. There are a total of 6 Pokémon that the opponent mainly uses. They are Alola Uzentia, the universe's first Pokémon Incineroar, Alola Dog Pokémon, White Eyebrow Lichen Rockmouth, and Alola's Quasi-God, a Totem Kommo-O. Then there are the 3 Pokémon he captured in Unova. A Riolu captured during the Unova period has now evolved into Lucario. Unova region fighting type Sork. The last one, also conquered from fighting. 6 Pokémon, 4 fighting type. The other 2 are also very good at fighting. No doubt, it's a Bruno-like character. The trickiest Pokémon is the Totem Dragon. It is the opponent's whole card, and has reversed many powerful enemies. It's a character that needs to be handled with care. Yibei, is this your rival? Came over curiously, and checked the rival information Yibei found on the internet. Serena also leaned over. Carlos is in the semi-finals. I feel very good. Yibei thought for a while, although the strength is still not enough, it is indeed a good rival to meet in the schedule of 64 to 32. At the same time, another place, 2 very cool black skins came together. Hey, how is your rival? Oh, I checked the Alliance data curry, it's Carlos Rocky. Haven't participated in any official competition yet, should be an experienced baby. It's just that he is very handsome, he seems to have seen it somewhere. Kanta, how about you? Hey conveniently pushed the notebook in front of him to his friend Kanta. My rival is a Stephanie, Mei-chan, trainer from Unova region, mega cute kind. If you can communicate with each other, you are willing to drink the bath water. Really? Let me see, I don't believe it's that exaggerated. Holy shit, don't talk about bath water, foot washing water is fine too. Chan is super cute. Right. But then again, don't you think Chan looks familiar? It seems a little bit, but I can't remember where I saw it. Forget it, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I will be able to see him soon, and if I can get contact information or shake hands by then, it will be worth dying. So, Stephanie should keep a distance from the opposite sex when she is out of the house. Hearing the conversation between the two from afar, Chishu couldn't help expressing emotion, and looked at Mie teasingly. Yeah, I'll definitely pay attention. Nodded approvingly. The water for washing feet is too disgusting. Chapter 202 Kaluni's mentality explodes. Yibei is ready to fight. Must read chapter. Although rival has been confirmed early, however, the specific time for each game was not determined until midnight that night. This is of course due to some special factors interfering, coinciding with the elimination of Dandy, the veteran world champion. However, Yulongdu has entered the semi-final stage, and will face Cynthia a week later to determine the place to advance to the final. Currently Kanto Alliance can be described as universal celebration. Alliance executives also intend to use the momentum to export a wave of culture. The main reason is that Yesi made a live broadcast of the Paideia Giant Pit expedition. Feeling can't be compared. In addition, I also want to combine the popularity of Yibei's live broadcast. Yibei's game was also scheduled to be held in the first round. Coupled with the understanding of Yibei's true strength, everyone agreed that Yibei would be the champion of this competition, and they also wanted to create a wave of momentum for Yibei. Even if Yibei will not stay in Kanto Alliance in the future, but with this friendship, we will be friends from now on. I'm in trouble, so I can ask you for help, right? Based on this idea, Yin Malanki directly and unprecedentedly chose to conduct a global live broadcast of the Indigo Plateau Conference. Even Yibei's hometown champion, Kaluni, was invited. In order to get in touch with Kaluni, the top champion who was just eliminated was invited to play an exhibition match. Kanto Alliance paid a big price, 2 quasi-divine eggs, Dratini and La Vita, was sent out. An exhibition match is a doubles match. The two sides of the battle are Kaluni and Yulongdu. Kaluni sent Trump Guard Voya, and Carlos Quasi-God Gudra. Yulongdu sent Trump Guard Dragonite and Aerodactyl. The battle is very tense, greatly exceeded the expectations of the audience and Yulongdu himself. After all, past fighting experience told Yulongdu, Kaluni's Pokemon level is not as good as her own. But the battle left him bewildered. Forget about Guard Voya and B, how can you, a late bloomer Nianyalong, have such a high level? Yulongdu was extremely curious. How on earth did Kaluni raise Gudra's level in such a short period of time? Doesn't make sense. Wrong. Something similar seems to be happening with Lorelei. Yulongdu feeling. After a while, it is estimated that the Kanto Alliance champion will become a strange thing for Lorelei. Back to the game. Kaluni uses the Trump Guard Mega Guard Voya to defeat the Trump Guard Dragonite at Dragon's Gate. Yulongdu backhand Mega Evolution Aerodactyl, with super speed. In addition, he lost his car to protect the handsome man, sold his teammate's Dragonite, and added sneak attack tactics. Successfully reversed and defeated the powerful enemy Mega Guard Voya. In the end, Mega Aerodactyl died with Gudra after the level soared. The final result was a draw. Yulongdu, who was not serious at first, heaved a sigh of relief. Fortunately, I didn't lose face in front of the global audience. And this result, Kaluni is also satisfied. She is very satisfied with the underground leveling during this period. Gudra can have such a big improvement. Continue like this. In the World Championships next year, she may not be unable to make a difference. And such an unexpected but full of twists and turns, naturally ignited the atmosphere of the scene. Game over. Kaluni wanted to leave. But Yulongdu stopped Kaluni, thinking that the next game will be Yibei's first game. Yulongdu had an idea, and planned to raise a wave of attention for Yibei in advance, and sell Yibei and Kaluni a good deal by the way. Wait a minute, Miss Kaluni, I want to interview you vertical bar. Yulongdu smiled and held a microphone, looking like an interview. Unexpectedly, an unplanned link occurred. Kaluni frowned, but under the watchful eyes of everyone, plus the camera is still facing me, Kaluni could only force a smile. Under the eyes of the crowd, he walked to the center of the stage. The first duel will be held next, and the two sides, they are Yibei players from Kalos, who have never participated in any official competitions but are extremely popular on the internet, and from Alola region. The top 4 player of the last Unova Huihin conference, Fighting Genius Yi. May I ask who Miss Kaluni prefers? As soon as this remark came out, Kaluni's face suddenly became embarrassing. I used to be busy with movies, but after losing the battle, I buried myself in leveling in the underground world, so much so that Kaluni hasn't paid attention to Yibei. In addition to the content in this passage, there is no achievement but super popularity. No matter how you look at it, Kaluni feels that Yulongdu is trying to blame herself, so that her face instantly collapsed. Who is stronger between the rookie who has no results and the semi-finals of the Anaheim Conference? Is there any need to think about it? The identities of both parties were also specifically mentioned. Carlos rookie, with a little place that I have never heard of. The Alola region. Isn't this really disgusting her? It was almost a match-up without any suspense. Kaluni finished saying this with a blank face, and then stepped off the stage. Yulongdu. Why is the effect different from what I imagined? Mikey, could it be that Kaluni is here, or, because he was tied with himself? The Dragon Champion. Dissatisfied with your performance? It's not right either. It was obviously fine just now. It's really confusing. But there is no suspense. This is too much. Is it shameless to be a hate player? Let's round it up for her. Haha. It seems that Miss Kaluni is really optimistic about Yibei, but player Hey, good Gianzhou, should not be discouraged. Come on, you still have a chance. Yulongdu, you are too deceitful. Kaluni, who had just stepped off the stage, staggered when she heard the voice behind her, and almost fell to the ground. In astonishment, he turned back to look at the stage, the corners of his mouth twitching. Okay Yulongdu, you are really ruthless. Cut off diplomatic relations, and immediately let Carlos Alliance and Kanto Alliance break off diplomatic relations after returning home. Archu. On the stage, Yulongdu sneezed. Haha, I don't know which girl is thinking of me again. In short, the exhibition game is over. Let us give more warm applause to the next 2 contestants, Yibei and Yi, looking forward to their upcoming performances. Chapter 203, Magic Mask Meow and Incineroar. Hey. At the match site, following Hei's first appearance, there were scattered cheers from a certain corner of the stands. Those are his fans. There are a small number of local Kanto fans, and more fans brought over from Unova region and Alola region. Hei is very satisfied with his reputation. After all, it is only the semi-finals of Anaheim Conference. If he can win the Quartz Conference champion this time, it is estimated that his fans will be even more. However, when Yibei came out, Yibei, nearly half of the audience in the venue cheered like a tsunami. Even the stadium is trembling. Hei petrified. After the initial bewilderment past 207, my heart was at a loss to the extreme. On the other side. What the hell is going on? Looking at Yibei's familiar face, Hei confirmed that he tried hard to remember, but he just couldn't remember. Damn, where did I see this face? Quickly recall it. At this time, Kaluni, who was about to leave backstage, was also stunned. What's the situation? Is Carlos really a genius? Or is Yulongdu's influence in Kanto region so exaggerated? Endorsing someone can make their momentum exaggerated to such an extent? Can't help but. Kaluni was a little curious about Yibei's strength. She, Abby, stayed put. Players on both sides take their positions. The referee confirms that the identities of the players on both sides are correct and that there is no substitute play. Announced the rules of the game. The game uses a regular battlefield, and the two sides of the game can only use 3 Pokémon. Either side is completely incapable of fighting. The whole game is over. Compared with other venues prepared for this alliance conference, conventional ground venues do not have restrictions on terrain such as water, ice, and rock. There is no advantage or disadvantage of the site to play. It means to fight for absolute hard power. It is a very bad result for players who are not strong enough and have found another way to play field battles. However, both sides of the battle at this moment are extremely confident in their own strength. On the contrary, the regular venue makes them feel more relaxed. Please dispatch Pokémon from both sides of the battle. With the referee's voice falling, both players throw Pokeballs at the same time. Incineroar and Magic Mask Mew appear at the same time. Wow! The two Pokémon are Pokémon that Kanto region has never seen before, and the audience was very curious for a while. Even the host is a little dazed. Fortunately, official materials are in place, coupled with many years of work experience. Host understands that he only needs to read the manuscript, and add some improvisation with his own characteristics. It's not too tense. He even thought about teasing the two Pokémon. Oh, both sides are cat-type Pokémon. It seems that a fierce battle is inevitable today. PFFD ha ha ha. Many children in the auditorium burst into laughter, and even the adults around them also laughed. For a time, the scene became a sea of joy. Host successfully won enough time for himself. Soon, Alliance dropped the attribute data of the two Pokémon. As you can see, the attributes of the two big cat Pokémon are almost the same color as their bodies. From the point of view of attribute, Alola, whose attribute is Fire Evil, has a fire department, Incineroar, and has almost an absolute advantage when facing the Magic Mask Meow, whose attribute is Grass Evil. The situation seems to be very unfavorable for player Yubei, but, if Yubei's Magic Mask ability was able to change freely, the situation would be quite different. So what is the ability of this Magic Masked Cat? Let us wait and see. Chapter 204 Real Cats Never Look Back at Explosions. Magic Mask Meow. Grass Evil fights Fire Evil. Kaluni was slightly taken aback. If it weren't for Padia region, it would be next door to Carlos. She has never even heard the name of this Pokémon, but, although attribute disadvantages, but if it is really changing freely, the result of this battle is really hard to say. Those who don't pay attention to Yibei are still looking forward to Yibei's attribute fight. Anyone who follows Yibei knows, Yibei is going to fight against attribute. Members of the Yibei fan group played yesterday when Yibei explored the giant pit of Padia, rebellious attributes and various rebellious fighting methods at the same time. Battle started, grassy terrain. Magic Mask Meow Bush Eater grassy terrain. For 1 minute, all Pokémon on the ground recover a little stamina every 12 seconds, and the power of grass-type moves increases by 30%. Additionally, the damage dealt by moves from Earthquake, Magnitude or Bulldoze will be halved. Roaring Tiger. Quick Attack. Incineroar's body turned into a white light, and he quickly flew towards the Magic Masked Cat. Protect. A circular barrier stood in front of the Magic Masked Cat. Boom. With a loud bang, the Incineroar head hammer hit the Protect barrier. Roaring Tiger. Brick Break. We also use Brick Break. Incineroar and Magic Mask Cat raised their right paws almost simultaneously. The difference is that ability is a magical mask that can change freely. When using the fighting skills, the whole body becomes brown. The Magic Masked Cat at this moment is the fighting type Pokémon. Naturally, enjoy the bonus of this type. Two sharp claws glowing with bronze rays fiercely tackled together. Boom. Explosions resounded. Incineroar fell backwards and fell to the ground, gliding for more than 10 meters with his back against the ground. Roaring Tiger. While Hay was stunned, he couldn't help but make a sound of worry. Hay, unexpectedly, in a head-to-head battle, the one with the upper hand is attributes Magic Mask Nyan, who is on the disadvantaged side. Host spoke excitedly, explaining everything that happened on the field. And him, ever-changing flowers. Don't give up, Roaring Tiger, use big characters to explode. The Magic Masked Cat is holding an energy bouquet, and a smug smile flashes across the corner of his mouth, looking at the Incineroar flying upside down. Fling out the bouquet that has been tampered with. The body becomes green again. Incineroar returns color. From the navel in the waist and abdomen, a group of large character flames condensed and shot towards the Magic Mask. Two attacks staggered. Night Slash. Facing the incoming big character explosion, the right paw of the Magic Masked Cat glowed with black light. The body turns into black, and the claws are in the air. Swish! Under the shocked gaze of the audience, the black-lit sharp claws of the magic masked cat forcibly tore apart the flames. The big character blast is forcibly turned into a medium, small, and disappearing attack. The magical masked cat in the form of black stands proudly in the flames. Real cats never look back at explosions. It's so handsome that it explodes. It makes the heart pound. She is not fighting. She is obviously trying to stir the hearts of everyone who is the audience. What a handsome cat. At the same time, the energy bouquet that was tampered with by the magic mask Meow exploded over the big characters and then fell rapidly, hitting the Incineroar who couldn't dodge in the inverted flight. Incineroar subconsciously folded his arms across his chest to resist the damage. However, ever-changing flowers find their way automatically, past the Incineroar's arms, sucker punch the Incineroar's chest, and explode. Boom! A bang! Thick black smoke envelops Incineroar's body. Wait until the black smoke clears. Incineroar has fallen to the ground, eyes circled. Critical blow. Incineroar out of combat. Accompanied by the referee's announcement of the verdict, the audience is boiling with acid. Chapter 205 Totem Kommo-O. Unbelievable. Contestant Yibei and his magic masked cat defeated Incineroar with a grass-type trick against attribute. Let's congratulate Yibei for winning first. In addition, although the bad start is a sad story, I also hope that he will cheer up as soon as possible. Don't be affected by the result of losing the first game to the next performance. Yibei, 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 Yibei's cheers at the scene became louder and louder. The human nature of 307 is to hope that small probability events will happen. Apply roulette. If you put a bullet in the revolver, everybody wants you dead, but if you put 5 bullets in the revolver, everybody wants you alive. Right now Yibei has not participated in any official Seth rookie status, and when he met the semi-finalists of the last Huaiheng conference, as in the second case, all wished to witness, Yibei was able to reverse Ha Yi, who is known by everyone as a strong man. Backstage, Kaluni watched the whole battle and was completely stunned. Yibei's performance surprised her severely. Unexpectedly, such a genius appeared in the Kalos region. Really, she did pay a little less attention to Kalos Rockie's growth. This incident gave Kaluni a deep feeling, especially now that there is an underground world for leveling, with the help of catching up with any rival. Kaluni finally didn't have to find another way, trying to make Kalos famous all over the world as a movie actor. Kaluni is determined to vigorously develop the youth training system when she returns this time. Reduce investment in film and television. Pokémon battles are the main theme of this world. After all, after working in the film industry for many years, it is not as good as Cynthia's entry into the semi-finals. It's not that she didn't understand before, she just didn't have a choice. Now that there is an opportunity, it is natural to make good use of it. Sure enough, in the battle seat, Hei's expression was solemn. Yibei's offensive rhythm is very smooth, not like a rookie at all. It put a lot of pressure on him. However, my second Pokémon is Trump Card Staff Tail Scale Dragon. Hei roared and threw out the Pokeball of Fighting Dragon. Swish! With Kommo-O landing, the whole ground trembled. Totem Kommo-O's huge size of 6.4 meters instantly caused a burst of exclamation. Wow, such a big Pokémon! As expected of the semi-finalist of Huaiheng Conference, Hei actually chose to deploy his trump card Totem Quasi-God in the second round. Is this a preparation to avenge the past, to turn the tide and stop the decline? I don't know how player Yibei will react, facing such a behemoth. The pressure must be doubled. Maybe we have a chance to see Yibei's stunning heterochromatic Gardevoir. Even luckier we're about to see the Xenochromatic Mega Gardevoir. Know that the two most famous Pokémon of Yibei are Greninja and Mega Gardevoir. Host takes it for granted that Yibei will send Trump Card to suppress the field in such a critical game. And the audience who are familiar with Yibei also think so. Gardevoir, Gardevoir, Gardevoir. There was a loud cheer from the audience. Some viewers who didn't know Yibei also joined in under the roar of the mountain and tsunami. Follow the whoop. After all, it doesn't matter at 3.5 if you don't know Yibei, just know Gardevoir, not to mention the beautiful, mysterious and noble color Mega Gardevoir. Hearing the roaring cheers of the audience, Hei's complexion instantly became incomparably dignified. As the host mentioned the heterochromatic Mega Gardevoir, Hei finally remembered that he had seen the face of Yibei there. Yibei, Bond Ninja Frog, Mega Alien Gardevoir. A few words came to Hei's mind. He knew that he had encountered a real crisis. Chapter 206 Totem vs. Totem. Black Tyranitar is here. Fighting dragons? If so, Yibei is basically lock-on, and the only Pokémon that Yibei decides to use is Lycanroc, because only Rock-type Lycanroc will avoid the magic mask. For example, Lucario of the Steel Fighting Department does not need to stagger the magic mask. Come back, magic mask Meow. If rival is Totem Kommo-O, then naturally rival of the same level will be sent here. Yibei sent their leader Black Tyranitar. Compared to the 6.4 meter Totem Kommo-O, Yibei's 10 meter Black Tyranitar is even more exaggerated. Two giant beasts appeared on the field. In an instant, lock-on rival, Kommo-O has sharp eyes 07, full of vigilance. Judging by his size, he is not superior in terms of strength. Compared to Totem's caution, Tyranitar didn't care. Head shaking around, as if warming up, aggression without the slightest emotion, as if to eat Kommo-O. It makes the spine of the staff-tailed scale-armored dragon chill. Oh my god, what do I see? Question mark. Player Ubai sent Tyranitar, which is also a totem Pokemon, or just a special color Tyranitar. Black's Tyranitar is a variegation of variegations, a variegation of variegations, so rare. Today's audience, including myself, is so happy. How fortunate to see such a battle. With the appearance of Black Tyranitar, the voice of host spread throughout the arena through loudspeakers. The audience at the scene boiled instantly. Audiences watching the broadcast from all over the world also froze in place. 10-meter-tall Black Tyranitar? As the host said, Black Tyranitar is a different color among different colors, but is there a possibility? Totem Pokemon are also rare. A totem that can have a height of 10 meters is a totem among totems. This Black Tyranitar is simply precious to the extreme. Pokemon collectors are boiling. Pokemon hunter boiled over. Pokemon of this quality are what they should pursue. At the same time, host is still explaining endlessly. From the perspective of body size, Black Tyranitar is bigger, and undoubtedly has more advantages in terms of strength. But we all know, One-Tail Scale Dragon is evolved from Kommo-O, who has overwhelming strength after completing strict training. Undoubtedly stronger in terms of skills, and it cannot be ignored that, as long as the mutation of Black Tyranitar does not change its evil rock attribute, it will be restrained 4 times by the fighting system. In terms of attribute, Kommo-O has a complete advantage, 310. Although the Black Tyranitar is bigger, there is no doubt that the rod-tailed Ankylosaurus is more dominant. Let us wait and see what the result will be. Quadruple restraint attribute is in my favor. Same. After a host of analysis, not only did the audience have a deeper understanding of the situation on the field at the moment, even Hay, who was overwhelmed by Black Tyranitar's 10-meter high size at first, it is also reflected. Being big doesn't necessarily mean that you can win, and his staff-tailed scale Ankylosaurus has an absolute attribute advantage. I don't believe it. I can still lose to you with 4 times the restraint. Chapter 207 Groudon, can Tyranitar fly? Exclamation mark. Don't lose, Kommo-O. Show him our bond. Roar. Hearing this, Kommo-O responded with a growl without looking back. However, the vigilance in his heart has not dissipated half of it. His eyes were fixed on the rival standing opposite, surrounded by sandstorm. Black Tyranitar is too big. The height of 10 meters gave him a lot of pressure. Earthquake. Tyranitar's feet forcefully stomp ground. Layers of shockwaves spread rapidly. Assault on Kommo-O, who is rival. Body weight loss. Jump up. Kommo-O's body became lighter, and he jumped into the sky. The body is flexible like a behemoth. 07. Good chance. However, Kommo-O's jump, while avoiding earthquake. But it also made it a living target. Although sandstorm will block Kommo-O's perception, it will never affect Tyranitar as the master. Take aim at him. Stone Edge. Black Tyranitar growled. Summoned by the Black Tyranitar, an apex rose from the ground, like neatly arranged dominoes. The stick-tailed scale-armored dragon saw the sharp stone gradually approaching him. Plug it in now. Even if it resists the rock system, it will definitely be seriously injured. But the totem Kommo-O on the field didn't panic much. It seems normal to have experienced countless times like this before. Iron Tail. Jump on it and close combat. Almost before Hai's words came out, Kommo-O turned over, and the tail appeared or a bug color, which was offset by the stone edge front. Boom. Just heard a loud noise. The reaction force generated by the collision of assist, after the weight of the body is reduced. The light Kommo-O is like a flexible ambipom. The sharp stones along the way not only did not play a positive role, but instead became the sucker punch path of rival. Kommo-O over Sandstorm dived down to Black Tyranitar from the sky. Whoa whoa whoa. The host on site exclaimed. Good chance. Steel restraint rock. This time, the stone edge used by Tyranitar of Yibai collided with Kommo-O's tail, but it did not have much impact on Kommo-O. Instead, because of this collision, Kommo-O had the opportunity to cross Sandstorm and approach Tyranitar. It is known, Kommo-O's fighting type quadruples Tyranitar, once close. The situation will be very unfavorable to player Yibai, who deserves to be the semi-finalist of the Huaiheng Conference. Now player Yibai is in trouble. Hey, what a fine young man. What will Yibai do? Kaluni looked at the battlefield expectantly. Come on. Yibai, in the spectator seats, Yai, Serena, Xidua, and Kishu all cheered for Yibai. After all, it is the first game. It's so grand. It's even broadcast live globally. Now that rival has 4 times the advantage of restraint, even the women who believe in Yibai's strength can't help worrying about Yibai's loss in the first battle. Field. The whole day's long distance raid. Closer and closer. It's now. Go Fly 563, Tyranitar. Aerial Ace. At the moment when Kommo-O smashed the sharp stone under his feet, his body shot towards Tyranitar like an arrow from the string. Yibai and Black Tyranitar, showing their fangs. Knowing before the game that rival is a fighting trainer, Tyranitar is restrained 4 times by it. How could Yibai do nothing? Just like Hay uses Iron Tail to counter Stone Edge and uses Close Combat as counterattack, during this time, Yi-Bei, has not been idle either. Yan Aerial Ace? Are you not mistaken? Can Tyranitar use Aerial Ace in actual combat? How is this possible? Dodge Kommo-O's attacks with Tyranitar's Nimble Splash. The glowing right foot heavily stomped on Kommo-O's back. Hay's eyes widened in disbelief. Chapter 208, Stable Victory. Another city. It actually succeeded? How can this be? The real world is not like a game. There is a big gap between mastering many skills and using them in actual combat, especially flexible moves like Aerial Ace. For Pokémon with huge weight, it is extremely difficult to use. More specific, that is to say, the larger Pokémon is often not fast enough to use Aerial Ace. It is easy to be attacked by the enemy in advance, causes skill use to fail. Although Tyranitar has the talent to master Aerial Ace, but he really wants to use it in complex battles to avoid rival's key attack. Hard, at least faster than rival. 610. Yes, speed is the key to the success of Yi-Bei and Black Tyranitar. Influenced by the journey Ash helped Dragonair master Dragon Dance and learn flying, Yi-Bei thought of connecting Aerial Ace with Dragon Dance. It is not difficult to think of this. The real difficulty is how to find the time to strengthen. Regarding this point, Yi-Bei is not kind. Of course this does not violate the rules of the battle. He specifically trains Tyranitar's sense of self-reinforcement. Once it confirms that rival can't attack itself, take the opportunity to strengthen the Dragon Dance. Tyranitar gained a lot of sweetness from several sneaky Dragon Dance enhancements in the underground world. Now I have developed the habit of stealing the Dragon Dance. This is also the reason why Tyranitar did not take advantage of the victory after using Stone Edge just now. Most of Tyranitar's trainers, at that time, would choose to take the opportunity to make up for a destructive Death Beam. Tyranitar's special attack is not a decoration. Coupled with the great power to destroy the Deadlight, it's easy to beat rival directly. Even if rival is not defeated, after rival falls, he will not be able to stand up for a short time. Wait till rival stands up. Tyranitar's immobility has long been cancelled, but that's what other people think. Knowing that Tyranitar is better at physical attacks, Yi-Bei is very clear. Don't be greedy for that period of damage. Choose the Dragon Dance enhancement is the real stable way to win. With the end of the Tyranitar Dragon Dance, Aerial Ace landed heavily on Kommo-O's back, and half of Kommo-O's body was embedded in the ground, enduring great pain. Confirming that Kommo-O is powerless to resist, Tyranitar also intends to continue to take a wave of Dragon Dance enhancements to entertain Yi-Bei. Finish him. Dragon Claw didn't stop the Tyranitar Dragon Dance. The moment the Dragon Dance ended, Yi-Bei commanded Tyranitar to launch the final onslaught. Tyranitar Dragon Claw swung rapidly, leaving bursts of explosions in the air at such a high speed. Boom! There was a loud bang. Arouse a lot of smoke. The smoke cleared. Kommo-O remained motionless. The audience was silent, waiting for the referee to provide details of the battle. Become the focus of the audience. The referee dare not be careless. Fly down quickly on the King's Sword and Shield to check the situation of Kommo-O. Kommo-O is incapacitated, so this battle is still for Yi-Bei to win. Wow! With a flag held high in the hands of the referee, pointing in the direction of Yi-Bei, the sound waves and cheers of mountains and tsunami sounded immediately at the scene. The host broadcast with great excitement and enthusiasm. It was too unexpected. Under the circumstances of quadruple restraint and unfavorable situation, player Yi-Bei and Black Tyranitar used an exquisite counterattack, instantly reversed the situation, and won the final victory. It is hard to imagine that such Yi-Bei player is actually a rookie. I am so looking forward to it. What kind of surprises will the future Yi-Bei players bring us? The battle is far from over. Let us wait and see. Next, the two sides will have more exciting duels. Chapter 209 Special Rockruff. Defeated. Hay looked at the domineering Black Tyranitar on the battlefield in despair. It has ended. Facing Yi-Bei who has the magic mask Nyan and Totem Black Tyranitar, under the condition that the physical strength of both parties is still good, with only one spot left, he has no chance of turning the tables. And indeed it is. The tide is gone. Hay sent his Lycanroc, Lycanroc, ability, Sharp Eyes. Thanks to Sharp Eyes, the hit rate will not be reduced by talent. Purple, level, 74, purple talent, Lycanroc with only elite power, compared with the champion Kommo-O, it is far worse. Meet this Lycanroc. Yi-Bei remembered a special Pokémon he saw during his return trip from the Paideia crater. Facing the incomprehensible eyes of the audience again, Yi-Bei took back the Black Tyranitar, sent Hey Rockruff, Rockruff, ability, go its own way, because it goes its own way, it will not turn into chaos. Contest condition, it will not waver against threats. Talent. Orange, level, 82, carry, Everstone. That's right, Rockruff, who has not yet evolved, is also the baby form of Lycanroc. But unlike Common's Rockruff, this Rockruff of Yi-Bei is a special existence. Ability does its own thing, same style as Sun Moon Ash Rockruff, with its orange talent. The high level of 82, Yi-Bei, who was about to leave the Paideia crater at that time, was amazed, resolutely subdued this powerful Rockruff. As for Everstone, it is true that Yi-Bei did not bring this Rockruff. In fact, Yi-Bei was a bit strange at first. Where is the unchanging stone? Then release Lunala and Latias of different colors. After the double consultation of the two supernatural beasts, Yi-Bei finally confirmed, Rockruff is like Cash's Rollet. I ate the unchanging stone in my stomach by mistake, resulting in no evolution for a long time. Of course there are ways to take it out. Both Lunala and heterochromatic Latias can do it with psychic. Just teleport the eternal stone out of Rockruff's body. Seeking flowers. But thinking of the handsome Twilight Lycanroc in the animation Ash, Yi-Bei, who was already tempted, was not in a hurry to take it out. Rockruff opposite to choose the chief. Seeing the Pokemon photographed by Yi-Bei, Hai's face turned dark immediately, his brows were knit together. Bullying too much, against his Lycanroc, Yi-Bei actually sent Rockruff 0.0. This is simply an insult to him. Good, I will make you pay. Yi-Bei doesn't want to embarrass rival too much. Is he planning to give away a favor? It's just that we can clearly see. Hai's rage is beyond words. Oops, Yi-Bei's overtures had the opposite effect. Host speaks quickly trying to interpret the game. Obviously, the real situation is not what you guessed. In the auditorium, murmured softly. Having seen Rockruff in action, she knows anyone who thinks Rockruff doesn't have what it takes to beat Lycanroc is dead wrong. This victory will also belong to Yi-Bei. Chapter 210 Rockruff vs. Lycanroc. The battle is on. Lycanroc, Accelerock. Rockruff is a small Pokemon, much smaller than Lycanroc. Preemptive melee attacks like the Accelerock are very effective, since Accelerock is a preemptive attack. The moment Lycanroc heard this command, he moved his limbs swiftly, and rushed towards Rockruff with agility. Knowing that dodging would be futile, Yi-Bei did not intervene further. Lycanroc crashed into Rockruff like lightning. Boom! There was a loud bang. It worked. Sure enough, winning is effortless. Hai breathed a sigh of relief. However, in the imagination, the Rockruff was knocked out and crashed into the wall. The picture of Skydrop did not appear. Rockruff 11 actually withstood the preemptive Accelerock. What? Hai's pupils shrink. What is the level of this Rockruff? Rockruff, Iron Head. However, Yi-Bei would not give Hai a chance to react. After receiving the instruction, a silver light flashed on Rockruff's round head, and he slammed into Lycanroc in front of him forcefully. Boom! Steel counters rock, coupled with the rank lead. Outstanding effect. There was a loud noise, and Lycanroc was instantly knocked into the air and slid backwards for several meters. Taunt. Rockruff turned round, his butt swayed side to side towards Lycanroc, his tail twirled like a fan blade. It makes people angry when they see it, and they want to beat the dog. Lycanroc took the bait. His eyes are red, and he has already entered the rage contest condition. Sword Dance. With the use of Sword Dance, 4 long sword symbols appeared above Rockruff's head instantly, with the sword tips gathered in one place. Rockruff's attack has been greatly improved. We're coming to Sword Dance 2. Hai's unwilling command. However, Lycanroc, who entered the rage contest condition, did not want to listen to trainer's opinion at all. Not only did not use the Sword Dance enhancement, instead, he howled angrily. Stone Edge was used. Huge sharp stones pierced the ground one after another, approaching Rockruff. Double team, Iron Head. On the battlefield, Rockruff's body instantly dispersed into a dozen, and each head was lit with a silvery white light. Stone Edge attacked the Rockruff in the middle. The sharp stone pierced Rockruff's body. Dozens of Rockruff's bodies disappeared like bubbles. Only a silver-headed Rockruff on the left and sprinted towards Lycanroc. Boom! A blast from Moeberg Tackle Rock resounds across the battlefield. Lycanroc was overturned instantly and fell backwards. Iron Head. Yi-Bei didn't give rival time to breathe. A silver metallic luster emerged from the top of Rockruff's head again, and his limbs moved rapidly, rushing towards Lycanroc. Double team. Like the previous Rockruff normal, Lycanroc has more than a dozen figures at once. The details of each body are 103 extremely in place, full of scars left by the war. Life lag, belly heaving up and down with violent panting. Wang, facing interference from Double Team. The frequency of Rockruff's running steps has dropped significantly. Looking hesitantly at more than a dozen Lycanroc, Rockruff shook his head, and gradually stopped in his tracks, not knowing which one to attack. Great opportunity. Accelerock. The willows are dark and the flowers are bright. Hai roared excitedly. Swish. A Lycanroc on the right side of Rockruff has a grey light attached to it, launching a sucker punch towards Rockruff like lightning. Rockruff tried his best to dodge, but it was too late. The waist is topped. The tiny body instantly soared into the air. Chapter 211 Do It Yourself. Last Thrash. Even if you don't know which one to attack, you shouldn't stop being a living target for the enemy. Still inexperienced. Seeing this scene, Yi-Bei couldn't help shaking his head secretly. Lycanroc, Rock 2. Hai also knows that rival cannot be given a chance to breathe. We must firmly grasp the opportunity for a comeback that is hard to come by. 5 fist-sized rock blades around Lycanroc emerged out of thin air, lock onto the Rockruff flying in the air, shoot at the same time. The rock blade hits the Rockruff. Did little damage to it. The sharp blade sliced through the tough grey fur on Rockruff's body, tearing his flesh apart. Although the level is leading, but the battle is really equal. On the face of it, Rockruff level lead. But in fact, the actual value of Lycanroc is more than that of Rockruff when the hexameter is digitized. But, despite Rockruff's tragic appearance, however, after falling to the ground, Rockruff stood up quickly with unyielding perseverance for the victory of Covet. Bei and all the trainers who watched this scene were all moved. Such a competitive spirit. Kaluni looked at the tiny figure on the field in surprise. Don't be kidding, I won't lose to a guy like you. His eyes were red and he punched the air in front of him, as if venting the stagnation in his heart. Staring at the corner of Rockruff's eyes flashed a touch of disdain. Finish him, Lycanroc, Stone Edge. Don't lose to him, Rockruff. Let everyone who looks down on you see your true strength. Thrash. Bei punched forward with the same enthusiasm, as if there was a blue storm blowing behind him. No, there is really a blue storm blowing. Oh my god. Am I watching another hot-blooded show? This is the true portrayal of the hearts of many audiences present. The shouts of the two resounded in the battlefield sky. We saw. Facing Rockruff, who was still in the wind, Hay commanded Lycanroc to use the final Stone Edge. If this blow hits, I don't know if Rockruff can survive. The battle seems to have ushered in the final chapter. The on-site host shouted excitedly, and the passion was exchanged. Field. Rock-sharp blades exude a cold light, piercing out of the ground without any emotion. A lot of white light emitted from Rockruff's body as well, attacking Stone Edge and the Rock Werewolf. Oh. The situation is not good for player Bei. After using Thrash, Rockruff will enter Chaos Contest condition, which means Rockruff will not bypass Stone Edge. If you can't bypass it, you can only resist hard. If Rockruff is unable to withstand Stone Edge's damage and does not knock out Lycanroc in this attack, the situation will be very unfavorable for Bei. With the sound of commentary resounding through the venue, the hearts of the audience tensed up, praying for Rockruff and Bei. Gosh. Rockruff, and, my god. Rockruff of Bei still maintained his sanity and avoided Stone Edge, who was almost sure to hit, and charged towards Lycanroc. Of Lee's, I don't know what's going on, but I think if Hay doesn't have any backup, then the victory of this battle, there is no doubt that it will belong to Bei and Rockruff. Just as the commentator exclaimed and explained the situation quickly, Rockruff, who bypassed Stone Edge Sucker Punch, was approaching Lycanroc like a white light. Still sane? How is that possible? Looking at Rockruff, who looks like the god of war, Hay was stunned on the spot, and his heart was greatly shocked. Chapter 212 Victory in the First Battle. Mega Evolution. Rockruff wrapped in white light crashed into Lycanroc. Lycanroc was knocked out in an instant. His body was like a cannonball, and he was ruthlessly tackled against the wall. Boom. The wall crumbles, and Lycanroc leaves a spiderweb-like crack in the wall. Lycanroc. Hay clenched his fists tightly and fixed his eyes on the fallen main Rock Werewolf. The referee rides on edges / falls from heights. Check out Lycanroc's contest condition. Come into view. Lycanroc lay powerless on the ground, his body stiffened, his eyes rolled in circles. Lycanroc lost the ability to fight. Rockruff won, and the winner of this battle is player Bei. The referee held the flag high. In the commentary seat, the host roared excitedly. Okay. The referee confirmed that Lycanroc is out of combat. Let us congratulate player Bei, who successfully took away the last player Hay, who had achieved semi-finals in the Huiing Conference, 3-0. Under the commentary's explanation, Hay's face was slumped. There were loud cheers at the scene. Although a little exhausted, Rockruff was extremely excited by the atmosphere of the scene and the victory of the battle. Cheerfully sprinting toward the battle seats, excited to jump up, jumped into Bei's arms. Well done, love the dogs. Bei stretched out his hand to stroke Rockruff's chin. Rockruff held his head proudly, proud of everything he had won. After the game, Bei was naturally invited to do an interview. To Bei's surprise, the Rockets actually got mixed into the official interview queue. The eye-catching pink-red long hair and blue middle part, and Meowth's unique height. Bei is suspicious. Are these reporters of Alliance all temporary workers? Did you really not notice that something happened to your colleagues? Those three people look very familiar. Outside the interview, Ash looked thoughtfully at the backs of the three Rockets, where Misty and Xiaogang poked their heads one after another. After seeing the clothes worn by the trio, they all shook their heads. Ash, you're delusional. When did we meet, reporter? That's right. Maybe I was wrong. Pikachu shook his ears. He felt that Ash felt right. He also felt that those three people looked familiar. Okay, thank you Bei for the interview. I wish you a pleasant rest period. In front of the camera, Jessie's disguised female reporter has a spring-like smile on her face. Ask for flowers. Just now, Bei confirmed the identities of the three, and they really didn't sneak in. It was three people who recommended themselves. I joined the interview team only after gaining the trust of the interview team. The interview with Bei is over. soon accepted an interview, because the next game is her game. Compared with eBay, with its proud physical development, can be said to be the role of countless male fans. A lot of people gathered outside the interview booth, waiting to send flowers, and gathered round. The momentum is not worse than eBay. The trio bid farewell to eBay, and couldn't wait to squeeze in front of the reporters, do a pre-match interview with them. It's time to start the game. eBay, Xiajua, Kishu, and Serena were in the stands in disguise. On the opposite side, Kanta sent out a normal plus dragon-type Drampa. Drampa special attack outstanding, other attributes are poor. It can play a crushing performance against rookies, but in real strong dialogues, it often does not perform well. Unfortunately, M's Pokemon are strong. Come on, Serperior. Mega Evolution. As soon as M came up, she sent her own old Dervish Pokemon, and directly used the Mega Evolution to fight the System Warrior. Chapter 213. The Serperior plays opposite tactics. After Mega Evolution, Serperior attribute changed to Grass Dragon, using Dragon moves. Not only the moves have 1.5 times the damage bonus of this department, more importantly, Serperior's skill pool has changed. Draco Meteor, also known as Tanlong Meteor. Dragon special attack moves. The power of the panel is 140. It even reached the point where it was close to destroying the Deadlight. Mega Serperior's body stretched straight, like a pillar erected in the field. 740. Revealing high, spit out the violent dragon's energy from his mouth. Stop him, old man. Dragon Pulse. Serperior ability is a naysayer, and there are not a few people who know it. Kanto subconsciously wants Drampa to stop Mega Serperior. However, after all, Drampa only has excellent special attack, and his speed is far inferior to Serperior. Raging dragon energy rises high and falls like meteorite. Two red halos lit up on Mega Serperior. The special attack ability is greatly improved under the help of the anti-tune ability. Dragon Pulse. Mega Serperior comes first, spit out a large amount of dragon energy from the mouth to fight against Drampa. Swish. The special attack was greatly improved, and the Dragon Pulse used by Mega Serperior quickly suppressed Drampa, and the meteorite from the sky quickly landed behind Drampa's huge body. Bang bang bang. A series of explosions sounded. The meteorite all over the sky caused a lot of dust on the site. After a while, smoke falling back to ground, and Drampa has long since fallen. Drampa is incapacitated. Contestant M goes first. The voices of the referee and the host sounded successively. There was a loud cheer at the scene. Obviously, everyone prefers the fair-skinned, beautiful, and European-style to black skin. Come back, Drampa, and give it back, Incineroar. Incineroar has the fire element, theoretically restrain the grass-type Serperior. However, as Bratano Professor confirmed some time ago, the Mega Serperior attribute is a grass dragon, and the dragon is resistant to fire. So there is no restraint between the two parties. If Kanto can't find a way to crack the naysayer, will win the game again soon. Host's professional explanation made many fans who were worried about dressing relieved. It also raised endless confidence in, and the situation on the court was just as the host said. Facing the fire and evil Incineroar, is happy and fearless, and has the advantage. Draco Meteor. The violent dragon's energy once again landed soaring in the sky, falling like a meteor shower. Earthquake. Incineroar's feet showed khaki ripples and passed towards the ground. The battlefield shook rapidly. The violent earthquake shockwave lock on Mega Serperior. The Mega Serperior is forced to jump out of the way. Earthquake didn't really bother the Mega Serperior, but the current situation is exactly what Kanto needs. Flare Blitz. Kanto speaks fast. The meteor is still falling. Faced with the current difficult situation, this is the best solution he can come up with within a period of time. Incineroar made a high splash, and his body was like an arrow flying from the string, hitting Mega Serperior with burning flames all over his body. The Mega Serperior couldn't dodge and took the blow, and Incineroar also suffered a certain degree of retaliation because of Flare Blitz! Chapter 214. Incineroar's exquisite counterattack. This moment, Kanto almost shouted, yes, earthquake interference from the beginning, restricting Serperior movement. When Flare Blitz got closer, it was just paving the way for this moment. Incineroar endured the severe pain. The violent dragon energy surged all over his body. With red eyes, he completely lost his mind and charged towards the Mega Serperior. Outrage. Dragon-type physical big move, although it is a dragon skill. But in fact, many non-dragon Pokemon can learn. However, although the power of Outrage is terrifying, it also has a fatal flaw. That is to make oneself fall into rage, which is the so-called Chaos Contest condition, because of losing reason. Before the Confusion Contest condition is solved, the trainer's follow-up command cannot be heard. Kanto exchanged injuries for injuries, and his style of play was amazing. Many people stood up in surprise, wanting to see whether the final result really allowed Kanto to complete the counterattack. Many people realize at this moment, Kanto is no ordinary person. However, after all, it was a strange trick that came up on the spur of the moment. To the dismay of these people, and Kanto, the Serperior who fell to the ground has gotten rid of the out-of-control contest condition. stood up. This is undoubtedly very bad news. After all, it was a surprise attack, and the situation was ultimately in M's favor. M also understands this very well. Protect. And at this time, the defect of breaking the boat came out. Although Kanto wants to call out Incineroar, let Incineroar also use Protect to block the deadly attack from Draco Meteor. But it's too late. Incineroar in a berserk contest condition cannot hear him at all. Auditorium. Many people are feeling sorry for Kanto's one move, regret followed by excitement. After all, M's command is also very strong. In the case of strengthening the 4th level special attack, resist the desire to shoot and choose to use Protect. This safety alone is worth her victory. As expected, just when Incineroar rushed in front of Mega Serperior, break free from weightlessness contest condition, Mega Serperior activates Protect immediately. A layer of white light shield appeared on the Mega Serperior's body surface. Kanto closed his eyes when he saw this scene. Boom! Outrage slammed into the surface of the Protect shield, and the fierce attack only left small ripples on the shield like water droplets on the surface of Tackle, and the meteor has completely fallen. Without waiting for Incineroar to continue to attack, Draco Meteor then tackle hard behind the Incineroar, after being strengthened. The meteorite scale was obviously larger than the previous Draco Meteor, and it instantly killed Incineroar with one blow. Wait until the meteorite formed by Draco Meteor disappears. Incineroar's eyes rolled in circles. The fanatical commentary on the scene quickly resounded through the audience, and the audience cheered wave after wave. Follow-up, 370. For the third time, despite Kanto's best efforts to turn the situation around, but it didn't work at all. Facing the Mega Serperior whose special attack has been upgraded to 4 levels, Kanto is powerless. With a single contrarian tactic, measly one rival. In a post-match interview, a piece of news will pop up soon. Most of the media have regarded Yibei and Lock-On as the seed players of this competition. In addition, perhaps because of Serperior's unsolvable naysayer tactics, more people are more optimistic that M can win the championship. Amidst the laughter, Yibei and his team, plus Ash's team, went to the official food street of the competition. Although I missed the morning, there was Ash's game in the afternoon. Chapter 215. Ash, brother Yibei is such a good man. Just when Yibei and others walked out to the streets outside the Indigo Plateau Stadium, a burst of cheers interrupted the footsteps of the crowd. Wow, what happened? Ash, who likes to join in the fun and gets excited easily, ran over first. Originally, Chishu still hesitated. Seeing this scene, I quickly followed. Everyone looked at each other, although they were not very interested in watching the excitement. But it's not good to just let Ash and Kishu run around like this, so they had to follow and walk towards the crowd. After walking in, passing over the screaming crowd, seeing the people surrounded by the crowd, everyone suddenly realized, it turned out to be a magic show. A man with forgiving long hair, with Piggy flying out of his hand. Good. Ash's cheery followers onlookers lined up. Originally this kind of performance, in the previous life, Yibei was also very interested, but this is the Pokemon world after all. Adding the blessing of law and authority, noticing the direction of the wind, knowing where the opponent's Pokeball is hidden, it is really not interesting. Because other people didn't see the whole story clearly, they actually had a little understanding. Misty's tummy just let out a hoot growl. Attract crowds. Even James and others who just came over to do an interview moved the camera over. It's the little girl and the little devil. Meow. His stomach made a sound, and he was watched by the crowd. As a thin-skinned girl, Misty's face instantly flushed to the extreme. Embarrassed and angry, Misty immediately wanted to reach out and pull Ash to leave. It's you? I will definitely beat you to win the championship. A somewhat neutral, goosebump-inducing voice suddenly sounded, instantly attracted the attention of the audience. Misty Ash looked back and found that it was the magician just now, the green-haired man with the long hair, which is exaggeratedly longer than most women. In addition, this look, a bit familiar, looks like is Ash's next rival. Are you talking about me? I won't lose to you. However, what Ash did not expect was that the green-haired man directly passed him and came to Yibei. Contestant Yibei, many people are optimistic about you, but I think you just haven't met Duo Wu from Jiangzhou. I hope you won't be defeated by others before you meet me again. This scene, it can be said that it made Ash and Misty quite embarrassing. Both of them blushed instantly. I can't wait to find a place to drill down. Seeing this scene, even James, Jesse and Meow are upset. Who is this man? So crazy. How dare you look down on the little devil and Pikachu who are favored by them? Yibei naturally also felt uncomfortable, although not closely related, but the three of Ash are very good friends, and the other people Yibei really recognizes. He would naturally be upset if his friend was roasted on the fire like this. Oh, Yibei tilted his head, a little unconcerned, but he didn't pay attention to his thoughts at all. At a glance, it was identified as a miscellaneous fish. Is it the rookie who was defeated by Ash, who tried to challenge him in vain? Should I say it is courageous or too conceited? Who is this person? Such a stinky fart. Jiangzhou's martial arts. A place I've never heard of. That is to say, the hair is so long, and the clothes are neither masculine nor feminine. The trio saw the right moment and decisively beat the dog in the water, coupled with Yubei's disregard. All of a sudden, Duo Wu's face turned livid. HMPH, I will beat you to win the championship and let you hear about me. Shaking the eye-catching green long hair, Duo Wu turned and left, trying to save his respect, etc. Yubei stopped Duo Wu. Hearing this, Duo Wu stopped instantly, his face turned frosty and turned around. Anything else? While answering, he also deliberately glanced at the camera in James's hand. This is an angle he has specially considered as a magician. Absolutely handsome. He has put down his harsh words, and he has no intention of talking to Yubei, but if Yubei admits that he is selling well, it is another matter. He can still take a wave of Yubei's popularity, and the popularity of the magic group behind him soars, and put the name of Soft Egg on Yubei, let him become a stepping stone on his way to promotion. However, how could Yubei, who was unwilling to talk to him, sell him well? That's really overthinking. Glancing at James' camera, Yubei patted Ash on the shoulder. You want to challenge me? This is your next rival, Nodal. His name is Ash. He's from Pallet Town. He's my friend. You can't beat him next time. So what's your name? Forget it. It's just a make-up experience, baby. The name doesn't matter. When you lose the game, no one will remember you. You post. Doru gritted his teeth. If eyes can kill, then Yubei must have died countless times by now. It's just that he was trying to lure Yubei's enthusiasm after all. Let him fight Yubei. He is not so stupid. With a helpless snort, he walked away. Yubei, witnessing the whole process, both Ash and Misty looked at Yubei moved. Brother Yubei is really a good person. Chapter 216, Changing the Fate of Ash and Lao Tong. With Dotae gone, the atmosphere on the scene soon became frenzied again. At first watching magic was just for fun, and now Yubei, the hottest celebrity player at the current stage of the Indigo Plateau Conference, appears. There was a scream in an instant. After taking multiple photos in succession, Yubei and his party broke away from the crowd in embarrassment. Restaurant. Ash ashamedly endured the onlookers. Don't look at me, it's really stressful to go on like this. Tilda. Scratching his head, Ash is very distressed. It was the first time to participate in an official competition. The arena of the battlefield happens to be a place of water, this kind of existence with certain limitations. For Ash, who is good at running over all the way, commonly known as the reckless style of play, definitely bad news. What's the matter, Ash? Didn't you always have confidence before, as if you could beat anyone? Are you still you now? My dream is to become a Pokemon master. If you can't bear such a little pressure, you don't have to talk about your dreams. Despite being preached, most people's first thought at this time is disgust. But Ash is the protagonist after all. Tolerance. What ordinary people can't bear, patience, sense of justice and passion are all his characteristics. After being preached to, Ash not only did not behave negatively. After meditating, I became more positive and optimistic. Head held high, full of fighting spirit. I see, Ash. Looking at Ash with renewed fighting spirit beside her, Misty was slightly absent-minded, and then the corners of her mouth raised. Since yesterday, the sensitivity of being a woman made him aware of the emotional changes in Ash. It was an extremely tense, fearful and unconfident contest condition. If it is not resolved in advance, it is easy to cause problems in the official game. That's why she intervenes in Ash's game, wanted to get Ash to listen to her advice. Now it seems, it's no longer available. The Ash he knows is the one who has the courage to face any challenge. Misty's performance can't be hidden from others. Everyone looked at Misty and Ash. All of them looked like their aunts were smiling, and they felt like eating melons and CP on the spot. Wait till Misty gets out of that longing contest condition. Everyone has restrained their smiles. After the meal, Yubei took out his phone and checked the time. There are 2 hours left before Ash's game starts. Temporary special training. There is still time. Now that it has been released, Ash will not lose this game, then take responsibility and make sure Ash never loses. Ash, come with me. Facing everyone's puzzled eyes, Chubai pulled Ash out of the restaurant. Brother Yubei, where are we going? On the way, Ash was full of curiosity. Go to special training. Ask for flowers. Yubei returned decisively. Huh? Special training? Okay. Ash nodded without thinking. After walking for a while, I suddenly realized. Hey wait. Special training? But the game is about to start in 2 hours. A look of panic flashed across Ash's face, full of fighting spirit. Please, brother, don't mess around at this time. If Huixia's Pokemon loses its fighting ability at this time, will it be difficult for him to play in the game in person later? Don't worry, it's too late. 11. The corners of Yubei's mouth rose slightly. There's an underground world, and healing machines. 2 hours is enough time for Ash to raise the level of Pokemon exhibited by a large margin. Although after the level is raised, because of the skyrocketing strength, Pokemon's ability to control their own power will decrease. But overall, the advantages definitely outweigh the disadvantages. What's more, Yubei's plan is not as simple as simply taking Ash to practice for 2 hours. More importantly, Yi-Bei intends to help Ash get Charizard's approval as long as the old spray approves Ash. Even if this game is held on a water field with few footholds, the old spray who has the ability to flying, still the absolute dominator on the field. Moreover, in the future quarterfinals, they may not lose to Jason. It's hard to be Ash and the old squirt. 2. Chapter 217 Variables, Duo Wu's Huge Sacrifice. Seeking's Solar Horn drill hits Tentacruel, instant kill. The second match of the water battlefield is over. In the next match, Ash will face Duo Wu. Thanks to Yi-Bei's introduction, Ash is now a little famous. Many people know Yi-Bei because of his status as a friend, and a large part of people like to join in the fun, leading to Ash's cries, wave after wave. 743 Ash, Ash, Ash. Damn. These cheers should belong to me. In Blue's player channel, Duo listened to the roaring cheers, and rage clenched his fists. The whole body, especially the buttocks, are shaking non-stop. If it wasn't for Yi-Bei, bow your head. Duo Wu looked at the dusk ball on his waist. Duo Wu's body trembled more violently. In order to make good use of this public opinion and take the opportunity to become famous, he paid a great price, thanks to the femininity of the body and the long hair, gave him the opportunity to be a Rocket's executive's toy, although there is still faint blood flowing from behind, but the reward is definitely worth it. Humphrey, this time, I will definitely win everything. In the dimly lit passage, Duo licked the corner of his mouth, with a perverted smile on his face. The player who retired from the game he just lost walked into the aisle. I saw a person with long hair plus perverted facial expression who was neither male nor female. The whole buttocks fell to the ground. Ghost. Duo showed a fierce gaze of choosing people and devouring them, looking at the retreating players who sat down on their buttocks and struggled with their bodies. Duo once again thought of his backyard. Damn, damn, damn. It's all your fault, Yi-Bei. I will definitely win. Madness and excitement appeared on Duo's face. After the excitement, Duo immediately looked at the exiting players. And you, useless trash. Tentacruel can still lose to a trash character like Golden. Get lost. Originally knew the identity of many warriors. There was a lot of fire in my stomach, and I was about to vent, but later Duo Wu went crazy again. He was frightened. Think about it or forget it. Don't care about the lunatic normal. Thanks. He even said thank you. Really? Very speechless. At least Duo Wu thinks so. Now let's invite Duo and Ash to come on stage. On-site host's voice resounded throughout the arena. The two sides walked out of the player channel. However, a scene appeared that puzzled the host and the audience. Where did the other person who should have walked out of the opposite passage at the same time go? Strange. Player Ash. Player Ash? Didn't you hear? Please get out of the battle channel. After being stunned, the host sent another notice. What happened? After all, it is a global live broadcast, so there is a lot of pressure. The person in charge of managing the orderly conduct of this battle 4.5. What happened? The barrage is full of similar questions. What's the situation? Where did player Ash go? The person in charge is anxious like an ant on a hot pot, waiting for feedback from the staff in the channel. But Duo standing on the battle seat is different. Ash didn't come. For him, although there is no way to fill the flow and suspense, the promotion is more stable. Chapter 218 A coincidence among coincidences. And fleeing without fighting is also a good propaganda point. Cooperating with the media for some publicity can almost achieve a desired effect. It's a pity, can't pull Yi-Bei into the water anymore. Later on Yi-Bei can be said that Ash fled without a fight, and that would not affect Yi-Bei. Backstage. Soon, feedback from the staff came. What? You said that player Ash didn't show up, and was pulled away by player Yi-Bei and couldn't even be contacted? That's what his friend said. And his friend has gone looking for it. Didn't you say you can't get in touch? How do you find it? The person in charge is about to be overwhelmed by this staff member. Then why didn't you say it sooner? We can still play soon. What if you let the live broadcast now? Admit to the world that we can't even do this live broadcast well. Did something happen? At this time, Yulongdu came to the backstage, and when he heard this, he was a little surprised. But his mind is turning quickly, thinking of what the person in charge said. With a glance from the corner of the eye, I glanced at the time displayed on the screen, 14:30. The official estimated playing time is 1500 hours. There was a half-hour gap between this, so could it be that Ash was trying to pinch the point, and the first two fights ended too soon? If this is the case, then it is necessary to remind other exhibitors in the future. It's half an hour. Just when Yulongdu was thinking about going to the help host to share the pressure, suddenly, swish, a figure with a unique shape suddenly appeared in the battle seat. The figure was none other than Ash. Coincidentally, Yi-Bei also has the habit of coming to the scene in advance, although Ash is addicted to leveling and cannot extricate himself. But Yi-Bei knows that as long as Charizard approves, the level of other Pokemon is not important anymore. Moreover, this battle would have been easily won by Krabby as Kingler after his evolution. I simply brought Ash here half an hour earlier. Hurry up and catch up finally. And because of Yi-Bei's flying power, he felt the strangeness happening here from afar. Just now I asked Ash to pose mimic glaciers and ninja, push up the buttocks, extend the hands backward, and separate the shape on both sides of the body, engaged in a wave of program effects. Sure enough, the scene was full of joy because of Ash's appearance. Quite a few kids even jumped out of their seats, scrambling to mimic. Wow, it's teleport. Ash player. Is this a well-prepared debut? Although I was a little flustered and mistakenly thought that there was a live broadcast accident, the effect was unexpectedly good. Host also responded quickly, instantly turned the live broadcast accident into Ash's desire to engage in program effects. In this pleasant atmosphere, Dotek is literally in jail. The action of Ash poking his butt stimulated him again. It made his back sweat profusely. What's the meaning? Obviously this happened not long ago. How could Ash know? And Ash's appearance method, teleport. Thinking of Yibei's alien guard voile. Could it be that Yibei has been monitoring him? Over. Thinking of the possibility of Yibei taking a video, he wanted to die, followed by utter madness. Gritting his teeth and staring at Ash, the name he read was Yibei. Chapter 219 Consecutive 2 cities. Of course it is impossible for Yibei to care about such an unknown passerby as Duo. Slowly, as the time goes, Duo also wanted to understand this point. If Yibei really knew about those things, he would have been exposed long ago. With the order of the referee, both sides send their own participating Pokémon. The Pokémon sent by Duo is an Exquisite with Grass plus Superpower attribute, and the Pokémon sent by Ash is naturally the Water-type Pokémon King-Ala that has just upgraded and evolved in the underground world. 2 Pokémon appear. All of them stood on the only 2 stone pillars in the water battlefield. It appeared, the Pokémon of the Ash player and the Duo player. The Water-type is against the Grass-type, and the attribute is very unfavorable to the Ash player. Moreover, because of the existence of the super energy system of Panacea, Exquisite with long-distance output means does not have to worry about the skills not being able to attack rival, nor does it have to worry about falling into the water. Oops, the situation is not good for that guy Ash. In the auditorium, Misty hugged Togepi, nervous to the extreme. Didn't you notice, Misty? Xiao Gang showed a thoughtful expression. His face was calm. This is probably the fan of the authorities. Ash's Grabby has evolved. Haven't you noticed, Tilda? Why? When Misty heard this, she immediately lowered her head and looked towards the field. The moment I saw King-La again, my eyes lit up. That is true. That way, Ash has a chance to win. But how can it evolve? For this, go to find and Serena who came back from Yubei, and Xidua and Kisha who already know the existence of the underground world. At the same time, he looked at Yubei. Yubei, is it what we think it is? That's right. I took Ash to do a secret special training. And there's another small reminder, the surprises don't stop there. Thinking of the experience in the underground world, the corners of Yubei's mouth slightly raised. Even he had to sigh. Ash's good luck, to be able to get that kind of props in commons mining. I just don't know how much Flint can't force out Ash's props. It's probably enough. After all, Ash's King-La already has the peak gym level strength. Although it is not very high, but at the current stage of the Indigo Plateau Conference, it is basically at the level of random killings. During the dialogue between Yibei et al., the first round of the fight has also come to an end quickly. Duo's weakness is unimaginable. King-La 130's high-value species strength tops the front, giving King-La the capital directly to the front. Exquisite, who fought frontally, lost steadily. With one move, Guillotine caught the Exquisite and instantly killed it. Wow, it's a clean kill. Congratulations to Ash for the first victory. The host's passionate commentary resounded through the venue. Cheers erupted one after another. In the auditorium, Misty jumped up excitedly. Xiaojua and the others also had smiles on their faces. It must be the best to be able to win rival so smoothly. Only, they never expected that Ash, who fought against Attribute, would win so easily. Although it is said that as long as the guillotine skill hits in the game, it can kill with one hit, a skill that belongs to the mechanism type. But reality has no mechanism. The characteristics of guillotine's moves are more similar to Destruction, Death Ray, Giga Impact, etc. After use, Pokémon itself will produce a stiff powerful skill, the Master Zao. The stockpile time is exchanged for the output power, resulting in a slow start and a low hit rate. To everyone's surprise, after the first defeat, the second Pokémon Zubat sent by Duo, a flying unit with air superiority. In less than 3 seconds, he fell down again. Tate came to the edge of the cliff, only the last place left. It's the Destructive Death Ray. Ash's King-La used the Destructive Death Ray to probe, and he hit it directly. My god, contestant Joa really has bad luck today. Chapter 220 Team Rocket shows chicken feet? Is it so outrageous? Guillotine plus Destroy Death Ray hit? Are you sure this isn't a fake match? Because Duo-Woo's bad luck was outrageous. There were some voices questioning Duo-Woo's false cold on the barrage. Just as the authorities were preparing to intervene, next moment, the last Pokémon sent by Duo instantly reversed the situation, completely let the voice of doubt disappear completely. An orange-yellow Dragonite with a naive look appeared on the battlefield sky. The thick and powerful limbs and tail are in stark contrast to the short legs behind it. However, The wings that are only the size of Dragonite's palm are enough to support his huge body to soar freely in the air. It's actually a Dragon-type Pokemon, a Dragonite who is Kanto's quasi-god. Oops, player Ash is in trouble. Host's voice 750 resounded through the audience, and the rhythm of the barrage has also changed. Green-haired girl, I'm going to get real. So you pretend to be a pig and eat a tiger? Laughing to death, I almost pretended to be myself. 11. I didn't expect to see Dragonite debut in this round? Upstairs forgot Totem Tyranitar vs. Totem Kommo-O. That was the battle between the semi-finalists of the Innerling Conference and the geniuses. It was a pecking at each other. Can it be the same? Innerling Conference, is this going to be too much trouble? One thing to say, I actually think it makes sense. Ash, I want to send it. By the way, Yi-Bei won't overturn this time. What's the matter with Yi-Bei? Before the match, Yi-Bei said that Ash must beat Duo-Wu. What's the matter? It's not that Yi-Bei himself lost. Let me put it here, even if Ash loses today, this guy will still lose when he meets Dubai. Just when the barrage is not very optimistic about Ash. Backstage, Yulongdu frowned, as the owner of Dragonite, and his trump card is Dragonite. He is well aware of all the habits of Dragonite. The Dragonite on the field made him feel extremely uncomfortable. I always feel compared with other Dragonites he has seen, this Dragonite seems to be missing something. When he wanted to carefully confirm what went wrong. But I can't tell where the problem is. If there is anyone who feels this way right now, it is Yi-Bei. The first time he saw Dragonite, Yi-Bei frowned. This Dragonite's contest condition doesn't seem quite right. The line of sight spanned 100 meters and landed on the surface of Black's Pokeball in Duo's hands. The doubts in Yi-Bei's heart were quickly resolved. BGFF, it's the Rocket's Dusk Ball. These guys are really restless. It actually made the comeback so quickly, and even created an existence like Dusk Ball. It is different from the Dusk Ball on the market that is convenient for catching Pokemon in dark environments. Team Rocket's version of Dusk Ball can not only catch Pokemon in dark environments, it also possesses an extremely heaven-defying ability, snatch other Pokemon. Yes, you can directly snatch other people's Pokemon regardless of whether the Pokemon has been tamed. Tampering with Pokemon attribution forcibly discards the Pokeball in the original owner's hand. Not only that, this version of Dusk's Ball also has the evil function of shielding Pokemon's emotions, and by torturing Pokemon, it can stimulate its inner desire to destroy and enhance its combat power. The official Pokemon of the previous life did not give a detailed explanation for the repetition and source of Dusk Ball. But combined with the plot, Yi-Bei has already guessed in his heart, can wreak havoc in the existing Pokeball system at will. This feeling, much like a virus that has breached the immune system, and with such a high-tech force, and so familiar with the Pokeball operating system, in addition to the official Pokemon League, only the world's largest Pokeball manufacturing company owns it. The manufacture of Dusk Ball should be after the Rockets took over the largest Pokeball manufacturing company Shiluf. Could it be that these mice are so bold that they play in the dark under the lamp, hiding in the most prosperous saffron city in Kanto, and even took over Shiluf Company? From a mouse crossing the street that everyone shouts and beats, he has transformed into an urban white-collar worker. It's really good. Before the start of the next round, he needs to go to Saffron City. Chapter 221 Lorelei's heart-pounding moment. Auditorium. From afar, wearing a peaked cap and the most of her face covered by sunglasses, a familiar beauty in a black coat came over. You don't seem very happy? The woman walked up to Yi-Bei, stopped abruptly, and spoke. One sentence instantly attracted the attention of Yi-Bei and Jinyu, and Yi-Bei just glanced at the person who came, and heaved a sigh of relief. Smile on your face, as expected of the frightening Ice Queen. Her observation skills are really meticulous. Ice Queen? Xiaogang shines in both ways. No wonder since just now, I have always thought that this big sister who came over is the best. Too tall, so much so that his DNA couldn't stand it anymore. It turned out to be Lorelei, and that was fine. The Ice Queen ... That is, Miss Lorelei? Chishu's eyes lit up, and he immediately widened his eyes in surprise. Hush. Serena's eyes were quick and her hands were quick. She reached out and covered the carefree strange tree. Hearing this, Lorelei glanced at Xiaogang and Kishu respectively. She has an impression of Xiaogang, a very talented breeder and gym owner. As for the strange tree, it is really unfamiliar, but she doesn't think Kishu is strange. Chishu's temperament is somewhat similar to that of Xiaojua, which makes Lorelei not feel unfamiliar. Facing everyone's gaze, Lorelei smiled slightly. Hi everyone. Welcome to Travel in Kanto region. When dealing with friends in reality, Lorelei has a gentle attitude. It is far from the iceberg beauty displayed on the screen. The extremely contrasting scene made Kishu's eyes widen in surprise. Unexpectedly, Lorelei is like this in private. Long time no see, Xiaojua. Look away from the odd tree. Seeing old friends, a smile flashed across Lorelei's beautiful face under the sunglasses. It is indeed a long time no see. I have been in Kanto for so many days, and I only see you, a busy person, now. Xiaojua also showed a smile on her face, with a teasing tone. The two girls reminiscing about the old days. Serena, Kishu, Misty, Xiaogang silently followed. I don't know when. The conversation between Lorelei and Xiaojue was over, and Lorelei, who was wearing a black coat, was already standing beside Yi. And with it comes a scent. Is it Gloom 5? Yes. Lorelei nodded in response, following Yi's gaze. Ask for flowers. His eyes fell on Dragonite and Kingler, who were fighting fiercely, with doubts in their eyes. Did you find anything? Yes, it's still big. Want to hear it? Arms resting on the guardrail, supporting the sharp-edged cheeks. In the sun, Yi seems to be shining. His handsome face and calm demeanor are exciting. For a moment, Lorelei's breath stagnates, his heart beats faster, and a lot of joy grows in his heart. It's about Quasi-God. Of course I want to. 17. While Lorelei answered, subconsciously turned his head and left his back to Xiaojue. I don't want others to find out about my embarrassment. Do you think this Dragonite is very problematic? Dragonite. Speaking of business, Lorelei frowned, and instantly became serious. Staring at Dragonite for a while, Lorelei shook her head. Except for the execution ability of this Dragonite, the Revenge has a strong heart, and it uses all its strength for every attack, so there seems to be nothing unusual about it. This is the unusual place. Yi smiled. Get ready to be arrested. Oh, by the way, remember to keep the action secret, don't startle the snake. Chapter 222 Ash's whole card. Depressed Stephen. This. Lorelei looks puzzled. This person is probably related to the Rockets who disappeared before. What's the reason? Yi pondered for a moment. The origin of Dusk Ball is naturally inconvenient to say, but Yi has another way. This Dragonite is somewhat similar to my Dragonite. Yi slowly told the story of what happened to the giant Dragonite in September 27th. This Dragonite is different though. But the appearance of a tyrant who closes his emotions and only knows destruction. It's not the appearance of a flying dragon messenger who treats people kindly and often flies at sea to rescue people who fell into the water. Indeed, after Yi on-demand broadcast, Lorelei looked again, and the ferocity and fierceness of Dragonite were indeed not pleasing to the eye no matter how you looked at it. Lorelei is also an activist. Since it is decided to arrest people, it is natural that Bingy extreme speed. Leave the stands. Lorelei led people to ambush in the player channel. Kingler, Megamax. Much attention, with Kingler about to lose to Dragonite, when the vast majority of the audience, even Xiaojue, Misty, Lorelei and others thought that Ash would be reversed by Duo and suffered a disastrous defeat. Ash rolled up his sleeves, revealing the huge wristband obtained from mining in the underground world. Props Extremely Giant Wristband, contains a wealth of extremely giant energy, which supports Pokémon Mega Evolution or Extremely Giant. Burning Endurance, it can support a single Pokémon to maintain its extreme giant posture for 30 minutes. Yes. The props that Ash obtained in the underground world are Gala's unique combat system, the giant wristband. That's why Yi marveled at Ash's good luck before. To know, Kingler can activate Gigamax form, and the extremely giant wristband produced by the underground world is not only different from the local extremely giant wristband of Gala, but also changed to the type of rechargeable battery life. More importantly, it also has the ability to assist Pokémon to maximize its size. Even Pokémon who haven't tasted Gigantisoup can Gigamax. The gigantic figure of Kingler, tens of meters tall and like a building, appeared on the battlefield, causing an extremely strong visual impact. So that the audience was silent until the sound of host swallowing saliva came out of the microphone. Everyone just woke up like a dream. If you eat such a big crab, you probably won't be able to finish it for a year. The first thing host thought of was to eat. Ha ha ha. Kingler, yes, I am delicious. Unexpectedly, the Ash player actually sent a mega giant Pokémon. I believe that friends who follow our Kanto region news immediately think of giant Dragonite, giant Tentacruel, and the great Hoenn gods. As for why the three gods of Hoenn are not in Hoenn but in Kanto, this is unknown. In short, thanks to Hoenn for sending a Mega Cinnabar Island. In addition to popularizing science knowledge for everyone, the host did not forget to tease the Hoenn alliance next door. 2.8 I still want to know what's going on here. Hoenn region. Hoenn champion Stephen Stone, who was watching the live broadcast, clenched his fist in frustration. Hoenn region's story legendary appeared in Kanto is indeed true, combined with the World Championship. The Dragon of Unova legendary appeared from an Unova boy. The comparison between the two undoubtedly made Hoenn's image even more embarrassing. Chapter 223 G-Max Foam Burst. Give it your all, Kingler. G-Max Foam Burst. Like a Kingler as small as a building, the high-pressure water flow in his mouth is extremely compressed, making the surrounding air look a bit distorted. After a brief compression, G-Max Foam Burst sprays suddenly, like a waterfall pouring down. Dragonite is like a tiny cat under this attack. Let all the audience feel their own insignificance in this blow. Quick, Dragonite, destroy the death ray. Facing the terrifying attack, Duo was completely stunned for the first time. When he reacted, it was too late to change the situation of the battle. I can only watch Dragonite helplessly being washed away by the ultra-high-pressure hydro pump like a drowning child. Boom! When the Hydro Pump 20 landed, the ground was instantly washed away, and several huge plots were rushed to the sky by the water flow. The original fissure opened a big hole. The thick water column is like a waterfall, with an endless stream, and the pressure is palpitating until the water flows away. A crater with a range of 100 meters has appeared on the spot, and a small lake has appeared on the battlefield. If there is no barrier to block, the battle will be submerged by this supercurrent. Dragonite. Duo Wu's eyes kept scanning back and forth on the field, trying to find the figure of Dragonite. Judges are also looking for but number, with palpitations. He glanced at the supergiant Kingler. After confirming that the opponent had not lost his mind, the referee gave instructions with a difficult expression. The match is terminated, the barrier is reserved, and the drainage mode is turned on. With the referee's order, the energy barrier on the scene dissipated. Just remove the barrier? Won't the Kingler attack us? Screams and doubts rang out one after another at the scene. People are panicking, feeling their lives are threatened. This is also normal. A 40-50 meter giant beast appeared in front of me, without any protective measures, so no one panicked. But this is a Pokémon after all. Although Kingler's size has changed, he is still a Pokémon with a trainer, not a wild Pokémon. Ash didn't speak, and he just stood there obediently. Along with the timid crowd, they disregarded the staff's dissuasion and stayed away from the seats, and Kingler remained motionless. Give the audience enough sense of security, gradually let the noisy crowd gradually quiet down. Some of the group of people who left hid in the passageway to observe for a while, and found that nothing happened, and gradually returned to their seats. At the same time, with a rush of water rushing into the sewer at the edge of the battlefield, the figure of Dragonite has never been seen. Soon, staff with superpower Pokémon came forward to detect the contest condition of the puddle. Soon, the figure of Dragonite finally appeared in the camera. Only the cute and naive Dragonite has closed his eyes. As Psychic controlled the Dragonite to land, Joey, who was on standby next to him, hurriedly stepped forward to check the vital signs of the Dragonite on the ground. Seeing that the whereabouts of Dragonite were found, Kingler also cooperated very well during the whole process, and there were no mistakes. While the referee breathed a sigh of relief, the barrier was restored in the first 460 minutes, separating Kingler from the auditorium. The match was then declared over. Dragonite was incapable of fighting, so the winner was Ash, who only sent a Kingler to fight the whole time. In addition, due to the serious damage to the site, emergency rescue is required. The broadcast of the next game will be interrupted for half an hour. Spectators can leave the seat by themselves, go to the aisle to choose something to eat, and wait for the follow-up game to start again. With the cutoff of the live broadcast, Duo sat down on the ground in a daze, and didn't get up for a long time. And at the same time, the physical condition of Dragonite also made Joey stunned. Functional failure of internal organs. Can a water column damage Pokemon's internal organs? Impossible. Chapter 224. Goodbye Latias. Leave it to me. At some point, Yubei appeared beside Joey. The sudden sound frightened Joey's hand holding the instrument trembling. Who are you? Is it Yubei? Is it the popular contestant in this competition? And the influence is still there. After a moment of stupefaction, Joey quickly recognized Yubei. But to recognize is to recognize, but Yubei's involvement in her professional field made her unacceptable. Chess. Joey's work is related to every life. Even Joey, who is usually gentle, is a little angry at the moment. Was about to say something. Let him handle it. Another voice whistling along with the strong wind, and the exclamation of the audience resounded in Joey's ears. Yubei and Joey turned back following the sound. As soon as I saw it, I saw a furry, red and white Latias, blinking two big eyes, circling around Yubei until Yubei touched his head. Latias just landed with satisfaction. Long time no see, Yubei. Joey jumped off Latia's back. Auntie, what is this? Miss Joey was confused by Joey Kiane, who broke in suddenly. Auntie, is it that old? Yubei looked at Joey Kiane in surprise. Fair complexion, delicate skin, delicate facial features, even a hint of childishness, probably in his early 20s. Look at this professional therapist Joey. Although the facial features are also pretty, but the skin color and temperament are significantly different. Contest condition is more inclined to married women. Age should be greater. Unexpectedly, Joey's value is higher in seniority. After all, there are people who can do things well. With Joey Kiane on the way, Yubei quickly got the right to rescue Dragonite. But to save Dragonite's Pokeball is needed. Glancing at Duo's direction and the stance, full view, still not suitable for doing things that are easily misunderstood. Latias, please. Bring the Dragonite back to the player tunnel. Okay. Latias echoes. Psychic launch. Eyes glowing blue, lift the Dragonite in the air and fly all the way back to the player's tunnel, out of sight of the stands. At the same time, taking a glance from the corner of the eye, he noticed the situation here. The distraught Duo panicked to keep up. What do you want to do to my Dragonite? Outside the passage, watching Duo rushing into the passage, the investigators who were ambushing in the passages on the left and right sides rushed up and fell directly to the ground. The corners of Yubei's mouth raised slightly, quick step down the aisle with the two Joeys. Guard Voyeur, destroy his black Pokeball. Take out the Pokeball of a different color. Guard Voyeur. Yibei pointed to Duo who was pressed to the ground by the crowd. Okay, white. Guard Voyeur's gentle telepathy resounded in Yibei's heart. At the same time, Duo, who was crushed by everyone and screamed miserably, felt that a Pokeball in his waist was empty. No. Howls of despair resounded through the passage. However, it did not affect the hustle and bustle in the stands at all. Okay, take a good rest and welcome your new rookie, Dragonite. Gently stroked Dragonite's head. Yibei throws an advanced ball to subdue non-UO's Dragonite. Then the consciousness sank and was sent into the treatment machine. That's all right. Although the matter of Duo or Yibei's conquest of Dragonite gave Joey a great psychological impact, but none of it can overshadow Yibei's hasty handling of Dragonite's injury. Just when Joey felt cheated and a little angry, when I was about to speak, Joey Kiane's arm is already on her shoulder. Trust him. After all, the two lives of my aunt and Latias were saved by Yibei. Chapter 225 Yulongdu. I don't bother. I'm leaving. Let go of me. I'm a contestant. Why do you arrest me? I want to appeal to the Alliance and report your violent law enforcement. The more you talk about the back, feeling that his words were very reasonable, Duo's tone became tougher. However, he underestimated the psychological defense of these people. After all, it was an old investigator who had experienced many battles. A group of people directly detained him without hesitation, put on hoods and took him away. My lord, we don't bother. We will withdraw first. The leader respectfully reported to Lorelei. Okay, you take people back for interrogation first, and I'll be there later. The subordinates left swiftly and resolutely. At the same time, always felt weird, Yulongdu, who wanted to come to the scene to confirm the situation for himself, happened to come from the outside of passage 387. I collided with everyone at once. What's the situation? Master Yulongdu. Lord Lorelei is over there. Stretched out his finger to point to the direction of Lorelei. The crowd passed by Yulongdu in a hurry. What happened? Soon, Yulongdu came to Lorelei, Yibei and others. I am also very curious. A look of excitement flashed across Joey Kiane's face. By the way, you should go back to the treatment area and wait for orders. Joey Kiane patted Joey who was standing aside, not knowing when to return. Oh, okay, I'll be right back. Reminded by Joey Kiane, Joey, CCBB, just woke up like a dream. Reluctantly, he moved his eyes away from the big figures, and finally took a few more curious glances at Yibei. Unexpectedly, Yibei can listen to the topic that even an official staff member needs to avoid. Can I say it? Watching Joey leave, the gloomy player channel became quiet again. Joey Kiane's curious eyes fell on Lorelei. As for Lorelei, his gaze had already fallen on Yibei. Let me say it. Yibei explained his guess. Saffron City. Yulongdu gritted his teeth and clenched his fists. Saffron City is the most prosperous international metropolis in Kanto region. The premier facade representative, the trainer guarding the local area, is a psychic known for his mystery and nobility. Unexpected, it was almost the safest place except the Alliance headquarters, but it turned out to be a den of evil. Jealous of evil like hatred like Yulongdu. He is about to leave immediately. Wait, do you still have a game to play? Yibei called to stop Yulongdu who was about to arrest him. So what? Yulongdu turned his head, his face filled with strong confidence. Don't worry, rival is the Rocket Skies. I can't lose. Yes, but that was before. Giovanni won't shoot. But now it's different. Let me go, you prepare well, and try not to lose too badly in the World Championships. You look down on me too much. To deal with Cynthia, even if she has tamed the legendary Pokemon, I don't need to prepare well. Wait. You are very optimistic that I will lose? Yulongdu, who still felt confident in the first half, thought carefully about Yibei's words. With a confident expression on his face, a Cynthia's Regaga's really fierce. As a Yibei legendary level trainer, he naturally wouldn't be aimless. For a while, Yulongdu, who planned to go out to warm up before the battle, suddenly fell into a dilemma. After all, it was really embarrassing to turn your head around and act as if nothing happened after you just uttered some bold words. Jingle bell. Just then, the phone rang. Yulongdu looked down and saw that it was his own. But the urgent need was resolved, and he immediately picked up the phone. After the crowd made a gesture of silence, he walked further and further, until he completely separated from the crowd and disappeared in the passage. I don't bother, I'll go first. Automatic dubbing in Yibei's mind. After laughing, Yibei didn't mention Yulongdu took the opportunity to sneak away, but changed the topic back to the main topic. It looks like we're the only ones going together. If you like this audiobook, subscribe the channel for more videos like this. And join my Patreon if you want to support me, link in the description. Leave some comment and let me know if you guys like this story, or you have a web novel you like and want to hear its audiobook. I will be happy to create them for you. Please like, share, and leave a comment on the video.